Hello everyone, welcome back. We got a quick video here discussing a recent trade that happened. The Canucks have acquired Nikita Zadorov. We'll discuss the trade and how this works for both the Canucks and the Flames coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the Internet Talking Channel. Before we begin this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below. We are so close to 200 subscribers. Thank you for all of your support. I would never be able to do this without you guys, so don't forget to subscribe. But today we're going to be discussing a recent trade that happened. A trade just went down between the Vancouver Canucks and the Calgary Flames. You know, Elliot Friedman discussed this multiple times, saying that he was wondering if the Canucks were going to be able to pull off a trade with the Calgary Flames, given the fact the Flames didn't really want to move any of their pending UFAs to Vancouver to help them improve their season. But they do wind up making a move, and they do wind up making it with the Vancouver Canucks. The Calgary Flames have moved Nikita Zadorov to Vancouver. Now, we know the Calgary Flames weren't going to keep Nikita Zadorov. Zadorov had already asked for a trade request. We know there was a lot of teams interested. We talked about Jersey, Boston, Florida, other teams amongst them as well, Toronto, who had interest in acquiring a defenseman like Zadorov. And we know that he was not going to remain past the trade deadline with the Calgary Flames. He's a pending UFA. He doesn't want to remain there. He asked for a trade already this season, so we knew that he was going to be traded at some point. It did seem likely like it was going to be in the not-too-distant future, given the fact that the Flames didn't really want to wait until the trade deadline to move him. I did think there was a possibility that was likely for the Calgary Flames, but they do wind up making a move here. So Zadorov's going to the Vancouver Canucks. This is a fantastic addition. There's no money retained like we thought is possible, and the Canucks recently just moved Anthony Beauvillier. So because they moved Beauvillier, they're able to take on Nikita Zadorov's full cap hit, and they still come out with the net positive in the cap space. They get $400,000 extra in cap space. They moved Beauvillier to Chicago, and now they're able to acquire Nikita Zadorov. I think Nikita Zadorov will be a fantastic addition to the Vancouver Canucks D-core. Zadorov can play either side of the defense. He's played the past couple of years in Calgary. He has had played for other teams like Chicago, Colorado, Buffalo in the past. He's not going to be a player who puts up a whole bunch of points. The past 2 years, he's had back-to-back 20-point seasons. Last year, he put up 14 goals and 21 points in 82 games with the Flames. He looked fantastic. So far this year, only has a goal and 6 points in 21 games, so not as productive as he was last year, but he's on pace for more points than he had last year. So far, his career point high is 14 goals from last year and 22 points the year prior. So his best years came in Calgary. He's a very good physical third-pair defenseman that really works well. He can put up points at some points. He's a very big body, someone who's very hard to play against, and I think someone who can definitely help the Vancouver Canucks blue line. Now, we know that the Canucks really needed some defensive help. The offseason additions have worked really well. Seuss and Cole, amongst others, have definitely done really well for the Vancouver Canucks, so I definitely do like what they've done with their blue line, but they could have definitely used another upgrade on their defensive end. Zadorov, in my opinion, is going to fit in extremely well on the Canucks blue line. He's going to be a fantastic third-pair addition for the Vancouver Canucks. He can fit in well, work maybe with a Cole or a Myers on the third pair, be a fantastic third-pair addition for the Vancouver Canucks. He can definitely be a solid player. Like we said, the Canucks have enough cap space to fit in his entire contract, so they don't need to retain any salary. Maybe he stays beyond this year. I think it's definitely a possibility. There's been some talk that maybe if Zadorov was moved somewhere, they could try and work out a contract extension. So I think it's possible he maybe stays longer term in Vancouver, but for now he's just going to be a rental addition. So this is a fantastic move for the Vancouver Canucks. They don't give up a huge asking price. They get a solid third-pair defenseman who's a UFA. They can fit his entire cap into this thing. They stick him out with a net positive after moving Beauvillier, and I think this is going to be a fantastic addition. Like I said, Zadorov can put up points. It is not a huge point producer, but he can put up points, and I think with Vancouver in their system, I think he can definitely put up somewhere between 20 and 25 points this year and be a fantastic physical third-pair defenseman and someone who's extremely hard to play against. So this, is my opinion, is a fantastic addition for the Vancouver Canucks. Now, it's only Nikita Zadorov. We have heard over the past little while that maybe there was some talk that the Flames were going to package Zadorov and Tanev together and try and get a bigger asking price. That didn't happen, so Zadorov has been moved. Now, the return for the Flames is not overly fantastic. Now, the Flames get a conditional 2024 fifth-round pick, the exact same pick that the Canucks got for Anthony Beauvillier. So the Hawks will give the Calgary Flames either their own or the Flames pick back, the higher of the two. So whichever one winds up being higher at the end of the season, it will be the one that the Hawks give to the Flames, whether it be it's their own or the Flames. So the Hawks will get either the Chicago Blackhawks or the Calgary Flames 2024 fifth-round pick from the Chicago Blackhawks, which the Blackhawks just trade to the Canucks, and they also get the Vancouver Canucks 2026 third-round pick. So they get a third and fifth-round pick for Zadorov. I thought there might have been a lot more they could have gone. I thought they could have at least gone like a second-round pick The third and the fifth round pick is not too bad. The third round pick is a couple of years down the line, so it's not something that they're going to be using in the next little while. The fifth round pick should be a really good addition there for the Calgary Flames. This year, I do think it's a very likely possibility that they do use that pick. And it's, like I said, with the Canucks, when they made the Beauvillier trade, it's quite possible that pick is going to be a top 5 pick, as it's probably going to be the Hawks pick that's going to be higher. So the Flames will probably get the Hawks' 5th round pick in this year's draft, and that's another draft pick that the Flames have in their arsenal. So, in my opinion, this is a decent trade. I think the Canucks do win this trade because they added Zadorov. They just acquired the 5th round pick for Beauvillier, so they don't have to give up that pick as one of their own picks, and they give up only a 3rd round pick. In my opinion, this is a fantastic win for the Vancouver Canucks. Their 3rd pair looks a lot more strong with Zadorov on it. They are able to take on his full cap. Now they move Beauvillier, so the defense looks stronger, which is their one weakness on this team. I think their depth D was not playing overly well. They do have Carson Seuss currently out right now with an injury, which is probably a bigger reason why their depth D wasn't working overly well. So they get Zadorov, who's going to be a fantastic 3rd pair defenseman. He can put up some points. He's a very physical defenseman, and I think he's going to fit in extremely well in the Vancouver Canucks D core. As for the Flames, it's not the return I think they were hoping for. It's not the return I was expecting the Flames to get for Nikita Zadorov, but it's still a fantastic addition. They get a 5th round pick in this year's draft, most likely like a top 5, top 10 pick in the 5th round. It's not a very fantastic pick, but it is a pick nonetheless. And they also get 3rd round pick in 2026. It's still a couple of years out, but it is a higher end pick in the 2026 draft. So it will be interesting to see how this trade works out long term. Do the Flames use those picks to get really good players? Do they trade them to improve their team down the road? It's definitely going to be interesting to see there. Is this a rental option for the Canucks? Or do they possibly try and extend Zadorov? It's going to be interesting to see there too. But this is a fantastic addition. Great 3rd pair defenseman. Great depth addition for the Canucks. This is going to be a fantastic win. I am a little bit surprised that the Canucks only lost a 3rd round pick that was their own in this trade. I thought it would have taken a lot more to prize Zadorov out of Calgary, especially given the fact they're division rivals, the West Canadian rivals. So I thought it would have taken a little bit more for Vancouver to take him, but in my opinion, this is a fantastic win for Vancouver, and the Flames don't make out overly bad in this trade. So definitely, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on all this. Who wins this deal? Do the Canucks win this deal by increasing their defense, improving their defense by getting a solid 3rd pair defenseman in Zadorov, or do the Flames win this deal by adding a 3rd round pick and a 5th round pick for a UFA who had already requested a trade earlier in the season and wasn't going to remain with the team? So definitely, love to hear your guys' thoughts on this trade down in the comments. But that's what I'm going to talk about for today. So remember to like this video, and if you're related to it, remember to subscribe down below. We are so close to 100 subscribers. Thank you for all of your support. I would never be able to do this with all of you guys, so don't forget to subscribe. I also do a blog talking about news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that, so definitely check that out. I'll leave a link down in the description below, and I can't wait to see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.